Hi guys, this is the Binti Love 5 Points 5 Stars review, and I'm your host, Binti Love. Okay, so this review, I'm reviewing a new show called the Belle Collective that comes on TV on the OWN network. And again, I'm your host, Binti Love. And so this is going to be the first time I'm reviewing this show. And this is going to be, guys, this is a teachable moment. Great. Okay. So, first of all, let's get to know the women in the Belle Collective. Let's get to know them. Let's see here. Okay. So, the first Belle is Tamara Cherie, and this is her right here. Now, Tamara is a radio personality in Jackson, Mississippi, and she is not married with no children. And the Belle Collective, this show, is all basically centered in Jackson, Mississippi. Okay, the second Belle is Letitia Pearson. And this is her right here. Now, Letitia Pearson is a mom, wife, entrepreneur. She heads up the National Women's Brunch. And that is a place for fellow female entrepreneurs to correspond together and help one another build their individual brands and businesses completely up. You know, they are millionaires, basically mostly self-made here. Okay. Now, Belle number 3 is Latrice Rogers. And this is Latrice right here. Okay. Now, Latrice is an owner of a hair supply company. She's married and she has no children. Now, the fourth Belle is Antoinette Lyles. And this is her right here. Now, Antoinette is a dentist. She's recently divorced and she has no children. Now, the fifth Belle is simply called Marie. And there's her right there. She's married with no children, has clinical clinics and substance abuse centers in Mississippi. Now, last but not least, you can see the sixth one is right here. And Belle number 6 is Akeisha Holly Cohen, and she's the president of the Willie and Akeisha Cohen Foundation. Also, she's married to a retired NFL player, and she is a mother. Okay. So, this is the Belle Collective, Season 2, and it is Episode 3, as you can see right here. Okay, so point number 1. Let me just comment on this. Latrice was definitely wearing that white coat over that outfit with all white turtleneck and slacks underneath. And again, this is Latrice right here, the owner of the hair care company. I could definitely see and tell that she was a millionaire because it seems like she had a millionaire dollar budget at her disposal. With her immaculate hair, makeup was great, and everything looked good on her. Okay, so they're at a brunch, and as I said before, the brunches are basically hosted by one of the ladies, and the lady right here is the one that normally hosts, all the brunches. And that is Letitia Pearson, and she's the head of the National Women's Brunch. And so everyone was there at the brunch. Everything seemed to be going fine. They were talking about women's empowerment. Everyone was dressed lovely with nice hats and dresses. And all of a sudden, Marie, right here, she was tired of this one right here with the hair company. She did not like Latrice, and she could not continue to play the little games they were playing about empowerment and things of that sort, and having the conversations that they were having, because Marie was getting annoyed by Latrice there. So Marie ends up just like, okay, I'm done with this. She gets up from the table and she's like, excuse me, I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. And she leaves and she walks away from the brunch table and goes out of the room into the bathroom there. Now, that did not sit too well with Letitia. Now, apparently, Letitia and Marie are very good friends. So Letitia got very angry, started saying, where are you going? And Marie just kept going. She walked into the bathroom. After a moment, Letitia, who is the head and the hostess of the brunch, she leaves and she's like, I can't believe this. And so she goes into the bathroom. She follows her friend Marie. And then all the yelling starts. Yelling. And people are like sitting at the table like, okay, what's going on here? What's this about? I thought this was supposed to be an empowerment brunch, and now this is going on. Well, Marie starts to tell Letitia, I'm tired of Latrice. I can't really take her anymore, and I don't want anything to do with her because Marie is thinking that Latrice is talking about her on the internet about things that are going on with her business, and she feels that she's lying on her, and she just couldn't take it anymore. So she starts crying and yelling, and it gets very carried away. So Letitia is like, okay, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. And she tells Marie, okay, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Don't worry about it. And so she calls Latrice into the bathroom. And this is the one with the beautiful white coat on over a white turtleneck and also, slacks. And this looks so great that I'm just like, okay, I'm pretty sure she didn't come there dressed that nice. And she thought there was going to be some yelling and something going on, in the bathroom, ladies' bathroom. She was not ready for any of that. So I'm just commenting on that, and I'm just like, what is going on here? Okay, now moving on to point 2. I definitely need to report on this. Letitia's very angry, and her, about her friend Marie ruining her empowerment brunch. As you can see in the last episode, on episode number 2, Marie just basically got, very upset. And this episode number 3 started off where it left off with them being in the bathroom. So it starts off with them just yelling. Those two right there are yelling. And then Letitia brings in Latrice and saying, look, we have to straighten this out between you guys because this is ridiculous. We can't even have an empowerment brunch for you guys. But Marie doesn't want to hear anything that Latrice has to say. And so it just keeps going on, and escalating. And, at some point, Marie is just like done. She's like, I'm not even dealing with this anymore, and I'm not coming back to the brunch. Okay, well, that made Letitia so angry, and she kind of just really lost her cool right there. And so, I definitely want to report on that, saying that, this is not good for the host to lose her cool. But apparently Marie just had this lingering anger towards Latrice, and she couldn't even sit beside her. And so that's how that went. A lot of turmoil, and they just couldn't get together. So the brunch went from a civil, nice, playing games and empowerment to a shouting match. But I just want to say, ladies, can we just get along? Sometimes can we just get along? But I don't think that was going to be what happened there, and it didn't happen. Which brings me to my criticism, because, which is point 3, I felt felt as though this was very embarrassing, for her. Now, they're all millionaires here, okay? Mind you that. And for her to have their empowerment lunch and for, these two right here to be arguing about this one that apparently said something about this one, and then no one can get along and do their work in the community that they're trying to do, I just felt like I didn't like that at all. I felt it was very negative, and, I felt that, for Letitia to be the host, she should not have left the table to follow her friend here, Marie, out to the bathroom that seems not to be able to get along with her. Now, she wasn't saying anything. Now, this is Letitia, she was dressed to impress with the white overcoat over a white sweater and white, like, wool, long slacks. I was like, wow, that's great. You could really see that outfit cost a lot of money. But, so they just couldn't get it together. And I feel that, my criticism is towards Letitia because, you're the brunch lady, and, for her to not be able to, bring it all together and just sit at the table and continue on and let Marie leave. If Marie want to leave, let Marie leave. But she should have continued on with the collective here. And that's my issue because she didn't do that. And that, that was my criticism for that. Which brings me to point number 4. Now, let me be the professor and scholar here, And, I did do some research here because, after all, this is the Binti Love podcast. And, guys, make sure right now, make sure to subscribe right now. Hit the subscribe button right there. So, make sure that, you get the videos when I release them. And also make sure to comment and like this video. Because I definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Okay, now before I go into point number 4, which is the research I did, I definitely want to say that I only gave this episode 3 stars, and the reason for that is that I just felt as though they couldn't bring it together for the brunch, and I didn't like that. And so that's the reason why I gave it 3 stars, because I felt that if you guys come together for a brunch, no one should be screaming. Okay. So, yes, through research, I found that according to sources, allegedly only 1% of adults in America are estimated to be worth over $1 million. Now, let's look at this again. Because apparently, all these women are worth over $1 million. Okay. Now, also according to sources, only 33% of the 1% of millionaires are women. So these women are a very, very small group, and they're all there in Mississippi. And they're all millionaires. And again, allegedly only 1% of the people in America are millionaires, and only 33% of them are women. So that's that group right there they're a part of. So these are not just the run-of-the-mill. These are some really strong women in Jackson, Mississippi, and they're all millionaires, which I think is great. And that brings me to point number 5, which is, this is the Binti Love podcast. So, I always want to end everything on love, This is the Binti Love podcast. So, yeah, I always want to end everything on love. And I feel like, whatever they were going through, they definitely need to get it together. And again, this is Belle Collective Season 2, Episode 3, the Binti Love podcast review. I'm your host, Binti Love, and this is the 5 Points, 5 Stars review by me. So follow me on all social media, and also you can reach my website at www.bintilove.com. Okay. So, yeah. So, my 5th point is, a positive, loving note. I hope Letitia, Marie, and Latrice, again, this is Marie, Letitia, and Latrice, I hope they get it together and get the business going back and in the community. And my hope is that, we see that play out over this upcoming season with the different episodes, that they can at least have brunch together. And these are both sweethearts on the end too. They're all sweethearts, but I totally want them to come together and be able to make some sense of this. And really, we need them to be the 1% of millionaires to help fix up the community. Okay, and so that's what I have to say with that, with my fifth and final point. And okay, so this is the Binti Love Podcast. Make sure again to subscribe, guys. Make sure to subscribe. And comment. Tell me exactly what you think. Okay. Bye, guys.